Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I know that this video is probably probably a few days, late for the whole St. Patrick's Day thing, but my other video crapped out, so I'm forced to post this one because I gotta make sure I have content. And you guys probably would get a kick out of hearing the first time that I fully drunk anything, like seriously drunk any kind of alcohol in a group setting. Because, well, St. Patrick's Day, big stereotype as everyone just gets drunk and starts making really bad jokes about being Irish. And hell, I fit the bill on both of those things, so let's do this. Anyway, to start this off, basically, there was a airsoft game. It was a Vietnam reenactment, which it was pretty much anything other than that, because it was just a bunch of crazy guys in the middle of the woods for miles of woodland area with makeshift forts and airsoft guns, and me wearing some people thought it was ridiculous, some people thought it was awesome, kind of like Raider gear, because I just like making my own gear. I'll have that in another video, but I stood out like a sore thumb because I was the only guy wearing a stormtrooper white face mask with huge black eyes, so it looked like a forest spirit from Princess Mononoke. But I did manage to scare a tank driver, and I consider that a win, even though I got run over by the tank, technically. But anyway, the whole game went fine. It was hot as balls outside. Everyone was sweating, but, regardless of that crap, we had a good time. Only complaint is that the respawn was literal miles away from anywhere we got shot. So if we had to backtrack all the way back there and then be tired as crap by the time we got back to the battlefield. But, that was my only gripe. The game went on. Everyone had fun. There was the raffle. And then we retired to our tents until the next day for the bigger events and yada yada. I'm probably getting this wrong, but retrospect, I can't remember anything. Even if I'm using that wrong, I'm probably using that wrong, but who cares? Anyway, we all settled down at our tent. We got a big pot of stew going or something, and everyone in their collective camps were cooking, having a good old time, just relaxing and nursing our wounds from the inevitable accidental close range blasts we took. So several of us were bleeding, a lot of us were bruised and battered and just probably dehydrated, but we still had a good time. Then they brought out the big crate of booze, the big box of booze. We brought it out, and me and two other people, no, not me and basically the whole group, but everyone pitched in on this one. Big old bottle of Captain Morgan's Long Island iced tea. I remember it correctly because it was pretty damn good. Didn't have much of a burn. Basically, it was like drinking a really nice fruit juice in a way, and that was the lying bitch of the situation. It lied to you, and you were not able to gauge how much you had drunk about it, especially like me, and you don't drink on the regular. So we basically just kept drinking through the night, well, through the middle of the afternoon, and then it became night. And we were just having fun, drinking, telling really stupid stories, dancing around like a bunch of idiots around a campfire. So, yeah, we were the epitome of safety. The epitome of safety. We had airsoft guns everywhere, alcohol, and fire. Gotta love it. But anyway, we were drinking, passing it around like crazy. Before long, several of us were stumbling around, and one of us crapped out and went to his tent and he said he was going to get his phone, but we heard snores later on, and it was basically the end for him. He was not getting back up. The cook, as the situation, she basically, she was getting, she had already got the food cooked, but she was trying to keep sharp objects and cooking utensils and hot pans and stuff out of the way, so we didn't so if anyone got too drunk, we didn't fall on them. There was at least one or two of us that kept a clear head and decided to keep their drinking down to a minimum, so that way in case any emergencies happened, because they were the smart ones, we were the idiots. We just kept passing the stuff around, and before long, me and I'm one of the shortest, and then one of the literal tallest person in the group, were just kind of slumped over in chairs, haphazardly leaning on one another, laughing at pure nothing. Like how a baby basically looks down and realizes they have feet and starts giggling like crazy. That's basically what we were doing, but we're 20-something-year-old adults, and we look down and realize that we have blistered covered feet, and we're starting to laugh, and it makes no damn sense. So basically, to put it short, we become a bunch of giggly bitches, and we basically, just kept going. We didn't do it as heavily as I'm probably making it out to be, but you get a bunch of dehydrated lightweights and a couple, even the hardened drinkers. Yes, I'm looking at you over there. My guest in the room is being a smart aleck. Anyway, basically, we were shit faced before long, and one of my friends, he's a larger guy. He's basically like a panda in a way. He's just a gentle giant kind of a guy, big goofy fella. Literally has the mobility. He's a big old dude, but he has the mobility of a ninja in some damn way, especially when he's being shot at. He just flies across the battlefield like a gazelle until he slams into the bunker and refuses to come out. But he comes up to me later on with a pair of pants. I'm thinking that he's going to ask, where the where he could change into those pants or something. I thought he spilled something on his shorts, but he just starts asking me. He's like, "Larry, are these your pants? They have to be your pants because they can't be mine." And I look at him and I'm like, what could possibly make those my pants? And he literally stretches them out and looks me dead in the face and goes, "They're too big. That's why they have to be yours." I shit you not. He looks me in the face and says that. And at that point, me and my buddy, who are just leaning up against each other, just lose it. We fall down. We're about to fall over. And then at this point, the big fella, he just plops down on the ground with not even a sound. His legs start kicking. He throws the pants over his head, and he starts making the most hilarious giggling noises. And at that point, we were on the ground just losing it. We couldn't stand up anymore. We would just, like I said, we were a bunch of giggly bitches. We could not stop laughing. The one couple at the situation, they were like kind of dancing around the fire, all romantic in a way, but still laughing their asses off at us being a pack of idiots. We were literally the Three Stooges, but drunk off our asses and covered in camo gear. And it was ridiculous. But at this point, I think the guy was just doing that. I think he knew how easy it was to get us to laugh, and he just did it to keep the spirits up. Because the more the night went on, pardon me, the more the night went on, we just started realizing more and more how badly we got shot. We were finding bruises and cuts all over. But of course we were drunk, so we didn't feel a damn thing. And then we just started basically being like a bunch of edgy ex-soldiers, like showing, like trying to one up each other on who got hurt the most. And then eventually one of us we just all plopped down on the ground and we're having a good old time just yelling random bullshit things at one another. Then I came across, as a little extra note here, at that night I came up with one of the funniest sayings that I have ever said, and I have been saying it a lot. I don't say it much in videos because, demonetization or the COPPA laws and stuff, but I just this is basically what how the saying came around. My buddy hands me the bottle, and at this point I'm in love with that damn Long Island iced tea. Every time that bottle comes around, I'm just like, my baby, I reach out for it. But he hands it, he's like, "Larry, there's a little bit left." He hands it out. I go to take a drink, and there is nothing in the bottle. I look him dead in the eye, and I'm drunk, and I just sit here and go, "You are the worst kind of bitch." And at that point, I've been saying it ever since. So I just bust it out every time, once in a while, just going, "Oh, you are the worst kind of bitch." And I don't know why, just I've always loved saying it. But I hope you guys like this video. Tolerate my ramblings and stuff. I thought, when I do these drawing videos, instead of it just being just silence and the same songs playing over and over again, you just watch a mouse scribble on the screen. I thought it'd be best that I do like all the other drawing YouTubers and actually tell a little story in this. Not as eventful as most people. I mean, no one really got hurt. No one woke up next to a big hairy whale of a human being or anything, or woke up in a cabbage patch, or I don't know, in a pig pen or anything like that. Even though that would be hilarious. None of these things happened, sadly. So my first time seriously drinking was not as eventful as most people's. It wasn't as bad, but I hope, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed it. And also, if you like this, if you like the picture that's up, it is up on my, it's up on my Redbubble. It'll be up around all year long. There'll be plenty of other things if you want to check it out. There'll be links down below. Also, as a fun little note, soon Redbubble will have the little metal buttons and pins, whatever you want to call those. They'll be out, and I will personally be getting a lot of those because I just like them, and having some of those on my little buddy Gibbet would just be awesome. So, thank you all so much for watching, and whatever's left of the video, enjoy.